Hello, my name's Noel. This is Antonio from Boxtail Soup Theatre Company. This is another Boxtail Scoop, and this week we have been out performing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So actually it was over on the Sunday and the bank holiday Monday just gone. We were at Cavendish Square in London performing in one of the beautiful Spiegeltent venues. If you've never been to a Spiegeltent and you get the opportunity to go because they're lovely. And this was part of the Underbelly Cavendish Square Festival. So we did 2 performances there, and they were lovely. It was an absolute pleasure to do. Such a nice venue, really lovely team, really lovely audiences, and we just had fun basically.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was lovely. And you may remember that we recently kind of revamped the show a little bit. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was the second show we ever made, so Northanger was the first, and then we decided that it would be good for us to have a family-friendly show. We chose Alice because we thought it lended itself quite well to using puppetry, and the books were well known. There was a little bit, to be honest, of a sort of commercial. We wanted something that was commercially viable for us.
Yeah, especially because we were at the beginning of our life as a company, so
it sort of was a business sensible decision as well as an artistic decision.
People didn't know us, so they wanted to pick a title that they would recognise and might take a chance on, therefore.
And I think we probably have mentioned in the Alice remaking vlogs, but we made the show in our 1-bedroom flat, and out of recycling again, out of just whatever we had lying around. So it was inevitable really that it would need some remaking. With Northanger, we didn't feel the need because it's part of the charm of the show, and the puppets are so appropriate for that show.
And to be fair, the bodies and things for those puppets have been replaced and reinforced.
They have. But also, to be fair, I thought you were going to say the puppets were made for that show. Whereas what we then did with Alice, because we didn't really have enough money or enough knowledge at the time to make bespoke puppets, we in fact adapted the Northanger puppets. But rather than go into detail about that, I will let you watch. I think you're going to put a link up to the vlogs about the remaking.
Yeah, I'll
Alice.
stick a link up to go and have a look at more of the Alice puppets if you want to see them in more detail.
Yeah, what we've done. So we'd reworked the puppets. We'd remade a few pieces of set that just needed updating, or we needed to be able to pack them better, that kind of thing. And we added a couple of little signposts to the set for this particular show as well, which was nice actually. I was glad we'd done that. We couldn't have done it for the Brighton shows because they ended up being outdoors. They would have got blown over. But in here, then they looked quite nice, didn't they, the signposts? So
they look lovely, yeah. I mean, it looked really, really nice in there. It was great.
And in fact, what we're now going to do is we decided that lots of you have been asking whether you could see clips of shows, and we haven't really been able to show you any. And it's not that there is a degree to which we're slightly reticent to put full shows up on YouTube. Obviously it is the way we make our living, so we have to be very careful how we share the shows. But part of it is the fact that we don't usually have good enough quality footage of the productions. We keep archive footage for ourselves to make sure we don't forget what we've done. Yeah. But it's rare that we actually have any time to set up a decent camera at the beginning of the show, or have space to put it, etc. Anyway, as luck would have it, you'd been working hard on making sure that you knew what the settings were for the camera, and so you set it up. Yeah,
and it's not always that you have the opportunity or the time, or unless somebody else is doing it. It's actually quite a difficult thing to do because filming theatre, it's very high contrast. There's a lot of light changes. You can't just stick a camera up and rely on automatic settings. We've tried. So yes, we were lucky in this case that we had enough time and we had somewhere that we could put the camera safely, and just enough time to kind of basically get a reasonable version of.
I think it's pretty good actually. I'm pretty impressed
of the show in there. So that means that today we're going to be able to show you a little bit of the actual footage from the show in there as well, which is really nice to be able to do.
So what you'll see first is Noel just showing you a little bit around the inside of the venue, and then we'll show you a few clips. I believe we're going to show you potentially a clip of Alice is a very episodic story, so we haven't worried about giving you anything that's kind of chronological. We're just showing you a flavour, and we thought that because this vlog is mainly about the puppetry, we thought we would show you moments of the show that have plenty of puppetry in them. So you will see that now. But before we move to our past selves again, as always, if you are enjoying these vlogs, please do like, leave us a comment, ask any questions you like. If there's anything else you'd want us to show, then please do let us know. We'll do our best to put it in the next one. And to subscribe to the channel. Welcome to our new subscribers. We've had quite a few recently. It's been very nice. Yeah. So thank you very much.
So we're here ready to perform Alice's Adventures in Wonderland at the Underbelly Festival Cavendish Square in the beautiful Spiegeltent venue. We've got about 10 minutes probably till they open the doors, so I'm going to go and get changed in a second. You can see all of the stuff is set up on stage behind me there, and I'll also try and show you a little bit of this absolutely beautiful venue. So we're thrilled to be performing in one of these venues again. And I can hear the audience queuing up outside as well. We've got a decent number in today, so can't wait to get started.
Who are you?
I'm afraid I don't know, sir. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I'm afraid I've been changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I'm afraid I can't explain myself, sir, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Well, I can't put it more clearly than that, for I don't understand it myself to begin with, and being so many different sizes in one day is very confusing.
It isn't?
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet, but when you turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know, and after that into a butterfly, I should think you'll find it a little odd, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, all I know is it would feel very odd to me.
Oh, yes, you. Who are you?
Oh, flowers. I wish you could talk.
We can talk, dear. When there's anyone worth talking to.
Oh, and can all the flowers talk?
As well as all can, and a great deal louder. It isn't manners for us to begin, you know. Said I to myself, her face has got some sense in it, though it's not a clever one. Well, if only her petals curled up a bit more, she'd be all right. No room. No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
Well, it wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You ought to learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Oh, I believe I can guess that.
You mean you think you can work out the answer?
Exactly so.
Well, then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
That's not the same thing at all. You might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see. Yeah, you might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
Oh, you might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you.